That was John Black, Super Chemist. I think this is maybe part 4, maybe part 3, I don't know. Anyways, we're talking about high tariffs and low tariffs, how you should hate low tariffs for imports, how it destroys everything, how it's actually a plan of theirs to first you get the Federal Reserve Bank, then you got to get the federal tax, right? Get rid of the tariffs, and then what? You can destroy everything in the country anytime you want, just like that. And then buy up their stuff after you bankrupt everyone and screw everyone and crash the economy and do this and that. Yeah, you can come in, buy up all their stuff. They just do it over and over and over again. Okay, so let's get on to the last thing is Trump. Now, Trump's doing something that I don't think I brought up here. Another thing that you can do with tariffs, okay, which I never thought of until Trump said it, because he's always, because I don't think about tariffs. Who thinks about tariffs all day? You know what I mean? So I never thought about it. But he does think about tariffs because he's a businessman, right? Thinks about them all day. He's actually been bitching about this. He's actually been bitching about this for, if you watch his interviews over the last, 50 years or whatever, he's bitching about the same thing in every interview. We got to pay, they're ripping us off, man. We're paying all the money for the UN. We're paying all the money for this and that. They don't pay, NATO, they don't, they don't contribute. All we do. Now they rip us off with the tariffs and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But his thing is to use it as a bargaining chip, right? That you want to. Here's an example, right? Mexico, and I'm making up numbers, but it's close. 80% of their GDP, meaning all the money that their businesses make, are from the stuff that they export out of their country and import into our country, right? 80% of their all the income, all the money that their country makes comes for, obviously not counting cartels, comes from them selling products to us. Their entire economy depends on us. 80%? If we stopped, like we said, no, you can't import to the United States anymore, that would, 80% of their income would be gone for the whole entire country. Okay? But the other way around, how much do we import into Mexico? Not much. I'm going to guess 10%. I don't really know. But I doubt we're importing a lot into there because they make products cheaper than us. How would we, you know what I mean? We need something that they don't make then we can just send it in there and sell it for our price. We don't have to worry about people undercutting us. But for most products, how can we can't, So, his idea is that, hey, you tell Mexico we'll give you high tariffs. He's not even saying put high tariffs on. He should. He should be saying put all high tariffs on everybody so that the things are so high that we are forced to start making stuff in our own country. Where it's actually, if you make it, like say you got a teddy bear, right? And everyone needs a teddy bear. It's a life, you need it for your life. Let's just pretend, okay? Whatever the product is, we're just going to call it a teddy bear then. They're bringing teddy bears over, and they're selling them for $8, right? We can do it for 10. They can do it for 2, but they sell it for 8 because they have slave labor, and they know that we can't do it for less than 10, so they ain't going to go much lower than that. They're going to go a little bit lower, but not much. So theirs is an 8, right? What would happen if we made the tariff so that they had those $8 teddy bears? They had to sell them for $12, right? They have to sell it for $12. They'll stop if they can't get that much money. They're not making enough profit, and they'll just stop coming here with our product, right? What would happen? Oh, I'll tell you, everyone would bitch at first. Yeah, we got, because it's life-threatening if you don't have your teddy bear. Everyone has to have a teddy bear, you know what I mean? It's like a cell phone or something. Or a car. Everyone has to have the teddy bear, right? Well, yeah, everyone's going to bitch and complain, but what happens after that? After that, since there's no teddy bears except these expensive ones, people in the United States, they can actually make their own companies. Remember? Because they could make them teddy bears for $10, but they stopped doing it and went out of business because they were undercut by the low tariff things, whatever, right? But now, because we got high tariffs, they are forced to sell teddy bears at $12. And we can make them at 10. So what happens? Some rich guy builds a factory, and who does he hire? Who does he hire? Yeah, and he don't hire them for no slave wages either, does he? He hires them from USA wages. And he hires a whole bunch of U.S. citizens. And people think that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. Because at first we might have to pay $12 for teddy bears. But what happens over time? Now you got another company sprouts up, and it's another product or more teddy bears. Another product, it just sprouts and sprouts and sprouts and sprouts. Then once you build up your economy back to where it was, where we had 90% of our products were made here, then you can lower their tariff. But you don't lower it down to nothing like it was. You lower it down so that they have to compete with us. You know what I mean? So if we're selling $10 teddy bears, the tariff has to be high enough to where they cannot sell teddy bears less than $10. It's not possible for them. Okay? Actually, you should have the tariff so they're forced. If we have $10 teddy bears, then the tariff should be high enough so that you have to pay $10.05 for a teddy bear. You know what I mean? So that we undercut them. We grow while they do not grow. They grow from their own economy, their own country. Stay over there. But we will grow here. And that. But Trump, he isn't saying, I wish he would, or I don't think he is, but I wish he would. He's just saying use it as a lever or a mechanism to strong arm somebody. Okay, right? Now, Mexico depends on us, we do not depend on them for our economy. So we can threaten them and say, stop these people these caravans from coming to our country. Stop, you know what I'm saying, right? They all fly into Mexico and walk up to the United States. Stop that crap. If you don't, we'll shut down your entire economy and crash your entire economy by high tariffs. What's Mexico going to do? Do you think they're going to give? I could see if it was only 20% of their income, but we're 80% of their income. They're not going to do anything except stop the caravans because they know it's the right thing to do, and they're going to crash their economy if they don't do that. And that's all Trump is saying. Trump, I hope because I thought that Trump was stupid about the World Bank and the Federal Reserve and fiat money, but I could see he's going after the Feds. He is going after the deep state more than I thought he would. Okay, so I'm giving him credit, and I'm saying first time he probably didn't do it because he was doing so much for the country already, passing laws left and right, but then he had to deal with the nonstop impeachments, the nonstop harassment, and all the stuff with the lies and the hoaxes, and so that's probably why he didn't. And he spent a bunch of money. I hated that about Trump. He spent just as much money as Biden during his 4 years. But Biden destroyed the economy, so inflation went up here, whereas Trump built the economy, so that canceled out the inflation caused by him massively printing up money. But Trump's plan was, when he got into his second office, is to stop the spending and then get rid of the deep state. And first he wanted to fix a lot of crap. There's so much stuff broken, and him having to deal with the deep state trying to destroy him and everything, you know what I mean? He didn't have time to do everything. He's only a man. But I do see he's getting into the deep state now. I got off topic here. But anyways, that's why he does that. It's a lever, a mechanism that he uses. It's not that he actually want, he's saying, I'm going to put 100% tax or tariff. He's not saying that. What he's saying is, I'm going to threaten this country with a 100% tax that I'm not going to do, because I know they're going to listen to me. And if they don't listen, I will put the 100% tax on it. But once they feel the full effect of it, they will change. Just like France, when he told France, hey, cheese, wines, that's your biggest thing that you import to us, so you make a lot of money on it. I'm going to triple the tariffs if you don't do this one thing. I don't know what he wanted them to do. But yeah, boom, they changed to whatever. We got 4 more minutes. I know every time too that I get done with videos or a series of videos, I think of other stuff. I should have said this. I should have said that. But low tariffs ruin economies, legalizes slavery in other countries, right? Because now our companies just go to these other third world countries, use the slaves that they bought, right? And then they import it back to us, and import it into the country. So that you're just basically legalizing slavery with low tariffs. That's literally, you are legalizing. That's legally, just like George Soros does with the laws on the, how do you legalize shoplifting? How do you legalize rape and murder without actually changing the laws? You buy off the district attorneys, and you just tell them don't enforce the law. That's how you change the law. There's 2 ways to change the law. You can either stop enforcing the law, and that changes it by just everyone knows that they ain't going to enforce it, or actually making laws. And this is how they legalize slavery without making a law saying slavery is legal, right? All they have to do is make the tariffs go down low, then they can go over and use all those slaves that they have where they legally can have slaves, basically. Destroys all the businesses. Okay, that's why the World Bank, like I said, they try to go to these third world countries. They strong arm them into these loan sharking schemes, and what do? They say, take away all your import tariffs so that we can bring in all our stuff and take over your economy. Destroy all your businesses because you can't compete with us because you just lowered all the tariffs. The only reason we didn't underbid all your companies in your third world countries is because we had high tariffs, so we had to have comparable, we couldn't compete. Now you took away the tariffs, you can't compete with our mass productions. No one can compete with mass-produced mega corporations. But yeah, everyone in the world or in this country is like, no, I don't want no protective tariff. You want a tariff to protect you? Oh, you're racist. You're racist if you want a protective tariff. Oh, that's right. It's not called a protective tariff anymore. Oh, that's right. Okay. But they didn't change. That's why they didn't change the names of it. They didn't change the definition. They didn't change that. Yeah, okay. For no reason. Yeah, they changed it to. They took the word protective off of the import. Because it used to be called a protective import tariff. Now it's just called it's called a high tariff. I hate poor people tariff. That's what it's called. It's called I hate low prices tariff. People are so stupid. They make me sick, man. I'm so ashamed to be a human that I can't, that you can just dangle a carrot in front of most humans and then just get a knife and stab them in the back and then they thank you. Oh, thank you for the carrot. Thank you. While they're stabbing, while they're actually in the act of putting the knife in their back and putting it in, they're like, thank you for the carrot. Thank you for the carrot. You are so nice giving me a carrot. Yeah. Just like these people, they push down someone, spit on them, and then the next guy they see that fell on the ground, they help them up and they act like they're nice guys. I'm a nice guy. Look, I helped you up. That's what they do with the illegal aliens. Look, I'm not racist. I let all the illegal aliens in. Of course, all the black people that are United States citizens, there's all sanctuary cities, magnet, pulling in these people, destroying them to help the illegal aliens. You can't help destroy someone and then help another person and act like you're good.